Hello everyone, welcome again to Geo Renko System, and I'm happy to welcome you again in this third tutorial. In fact, this tutorial I'm going to show you on how to deal with the MT4 in case it crashes. So let's assume that your MT4 is crashed and you cannot even access anything. Okay, before that, let's say that you have just installed, but for safety reasons you need to save the path of the terminal of the MT4, so that in case it crashes you can easily reach the path, because otherwise you have to remember you have to remember the whole path of the terminal, which is sometimes it's difficult to remember. So once you just install your MT4, this is the very first thing that you need to do. Okay, go to File and then open Data folder. So this is the path of the terminal. So as you can see, maybe C and then your username, application data, roaming, metacodes, terminal, and then these numbers here represent the broker's folder of that particular MT4. Okay, so for instance, if you go to terminal, here you will see list of terminals of several brokers that you're using, or their MT4s that you have installed. Okay, so this is one of the one of the brokers that I'm using. Okay, so the very first thing is that to reach your terminals, okay, the terminals path, you have to do this just after installing your your Renko, or after installing your Renko system. Okay, so the very first thing is that just click here and then you will get the terminal path. Okay, so you have to copy from here. This, if you have multiple brokers, you can just leave here. Okay, and then you can just remember, okay, a certain broker starts with this number. Okay, if you just have one broker, you can just copy the whole thing. Okay, but I just want to copy until the terminal. Okay, so from here, if you have multiple terminals, you can just reach it out. Okay, so you can just copy here and then go to your Windows where you keep maybe your Forex files and all that. Okay, so like here, this is the one that I'm keeping. Okay, so you can just open a text document, okay, like the one that I have here. Okay, so you can just create one, and then you paste here, and then you go to File, and then you save the file. As simple as that. So you can see that you see, and then this terminal, and then on this laptop. So in case you are, so once you just save this, you save this notepad. Okay, if you don't know how to create a notepad, you just right click on your window and then say New, and then you just say Text Document. Okay, you can just give a name here, maybe Meta Trader. In fact, the second one I just spelled it. Okay, maybe Meta Trader Path 2 or Path 1. Okay, so once you create that, you just double click it and then you paste this one, and then you just say File, and then you save the file. Okay, so in case now you've already saved the terminal of your MT4. Okay, so anytime you can reach it. So let's say now your MT4 is crashed. Okay, so if it is crashed, you need to delete, you don't need to reinstall the whole MT4. Okay, unless otherwise it's worst come to worst. Okay, so once you go to the terminal, you go to the brokers folder. Okay, so like here, this is the broker that I'm using. Okay, and then you go to history. Okay, once you go to history, here at this moment is that you can no longer reach your MT4. Okay, so once you go to history, you go to your broker's name. Okay, so it is written your broker's name and then server. Okay, you double click this, and then you select all the files in here. So once you select all the files in here, and then you just hit delete. Okay, but here, because I've opened MT4, so if it is crashed, basically what you do, you just need to close your MT4. Okay, so after that it is gone, and then you can try again. Okay, Okay, let me just delete again. Pop. Okay, so you have deleted your MT4, and then that's it. Okay, so the history is deleted. Okay, so if you restart again, and then there is still an issue of of opening your MT4. Now you have to delete the profile. So where does the profile sit, or where is the profile result? So you come to the profile, and then in normal cases your profile is going to be the default. So you come here, and then you delete everything under default folder. But this one, in case just after deleting your history, and then you cannot recover the charts, because if you delete the default profile, this means you're going to reinstall the charts, not the MT4. Okay, but once you just delete the history, coming to history and then server's name, and then you delete here, you're not going to reinstall the chart. What you do, you just load the data again. So I'm just coming here, I'm going to find my broker's MT4. Okay, let me just pin it to taskbar. Here it is. Okay, there you go. Okay, so you just need to wait for the update. Okay, so you will have something like this, but one thing you should know, you can see that our chart has been moved a bit to the left. But what is the reason? It means that you can see it just took the few days of the few days of data. Okay, so you can see this is 1st of July, and then it went until the previous Friday. So what you do, you have to come to the M1 and then hit the home key again until the chart does not move further. Okay, so when it reaches there, it does not move further, you just need to click on the smiling face in order to refresh your M1 so that it generates the M10. Okay, so we are waiting for the info to come here, and then after that your chart is back again. Okay, as simple as this. You just refresh your chart on M10. That's it. So you just refresh the M1 by pressing the home key, and then it goes back, and then you refresh your expert advisor by clicking here, and then you go to M10 again. You just call your template, then it is fully refreshed. The same thing you do to GBP JPY. As you can see that this is how it looks. Okay, so what we do, we have to press the home key again until the chart does not move further. Okay, and then you go to GBP JPY, and then you just refresh your chart again. There you go. Okay, so as simple as that. Okay, so this is how it happens that your chart crashes. You don't really need to go back and reinstall the whole MT4 and something like this. One thing you should know, once you get, let's say, something like this, it means that you have not called back the enough information. So the remedy to this, let's say, come here, you can increase maybe to 15, let's say. Okay, and then let's refresh. Okay, let's see if the line is still there. There you go. Okay, as you can see now, it is okay. Okay, because sometimes maybe some of the pairs, they have not really caught enough information, or enough data from the chart. So this is how you recover your chart, and everything now is fine. Okay, just remember that in normal cases that the chart freezes, especially when there is news, maybe it loads a lot of data at once, or sometimes it's due to the chart is loading too much data. That's why we reduced under tools, and then we went to option when we are installing the chart, and then we put here 20,000 and here 10,000. Okay, as simple as that. So thank you very much, and my next tutorial I'm going to talk about what kind of charts that you need to focus on when it comes to trading, and more tutorials will come in order to enhance your trading as well as getting more profit. Okay, thank you kindly, and welcome again, and always check our channel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Succeed Today. You can just Google it, and then not only that, you're going to get things about forex and all that, but you're also going to get some motivational stuff, and you can always succeed today. This is Afmani from ManiFx.net, and this is Afmani Geo Renko System.